So what no one told me about having hidradenitis suppurativa is that there are foods that you need to avoid eating to avoid having those painful flare-ups. Now, HS isn't the same in everyone, so my trigger is not necessarily your trigger, but there's some common triggers like alcohol, smoking. Those are not foods, but things that you want to avoid consuming. But also tomatoes, like nightshades, potatoes, peppers, white potatoes, the sweet potatoes, yams, they good. They still good. Things that you also want to avoid is like dairy and an excess of sugar. And that seems easy. Okay, I won't buy sugar, I won't buy tomatoes. But the problem is your favorite barbecue sauce probably has tomatoes in it. Your favorite croutons probably has dairy in them. There are triggers all around that we don't even pay attention to. Like your favorite seasoning. This is all-purpose seasoning. Let's see. Does it contain any triggers? Peppers. And so knowing what to eat and how to cook, because I mean, we still want food that's good and flavorful, but we don't want to necessarily be triggered all the time with flare-ups and lesions and, you know, pus and blood. Like, yuck. We don't want that, right? So I'm gonna make a simple little chicken salad. It's gonna be avoiding HS triggers. Now, again, my triggers may be different from yours. Tomatoes don't necessarily trigger me, nor does peppers, but an excess of sugar, your girl will flare up. Excess of cheese, when it's macaroni time for the holidays, I go through it. I had 3 flare-ups right after Thanksgiving because I was eating the mac and cheese, I was eating, your girl was eating, okay? But today, we're gonna try to make a salad. We're gonna avoid triggers. And if there are triggers in it, I'm gonna point out what the triggers are so that you can see, like, they're everywhere, right? They're everywhere. So I'm not gonna use this regular seasoning. We're gonna get some salt and pepper, some garlic, some onion. Those are not triggers, and some other seasonings. We're gonna get the meat right. All right, so I washed my meat off camera. If you don't know how to wash your meat by now, you need to talk to your mama, not me. But here we go. We're just gonna start seasoning. I don't use very much salt because your girl is not a fan of like salt. I'm gonna go get my fresh garlic out. So one thing that I use a lot, well, not a lot, but I use on occasion when I want that barbecue smoky flavor is liquid smoke. Since most of these barbecue sauces have tomato puree, red peppers, some type of trigger in it. But I'm not even going to be using barbecue sauce for this. I just wanted to let y'all know. So I use my favorite salad topper, which is just cranberries, cashews, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. And sprinkle that on top of my salad. Add a little crunch. Okay, so making a simple salad, how many triggers do we have to think about avoiding? Tomatoes, usually in a salad, we have to take out. The cheese, you gotta take that out if dairy's not your thing. The croutons that have the butter garlic in it, the seasoning you use, like, it's actually a thought process when you're cooking. This is the finished result containing no triggers. But I am going to add a couple because like I said, do as I say, not as I do. Also, tomatoes don't trigger me. I'm only going to put like 5 croutons on there because dairy is a trigger of mine. But I love croutons. And so that's what we going to do.